Hello, Jenny. How are you today?
Excuse me, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well, thank you. So we did our screening the last meeting. How's it been going so far?
I mean, it's been okay. Just really kind of been taking care of the baby.
Okay.
Still kind of using the drugs to cope a little bit. I mean, being a single mom is stressful, gosh.
That I can understand.
Yeah.
Can understand.
But other than that, it's pretty good.
Okay, and how's the baby doing?
Baby's doing great. He's thriving, developing.
Good.
Happy baby. No issues.
Alright, so today we're going to do 3 different assessments, if that's alright.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot of question answer, and I may might probe a little bit and maybe get into maybe your experiences as far as your health, mental, physical, family, many other different aspects of your life. Is that alright?
Sure.
Alright, so first before we start, I want to tell you that everything that we say in this meeting is confidential, and we're going to use it mostly for treatment. And that'll be done next meeting when we'll discuss your treatment plan. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. There is a patient scale, which we will be using periodically through the assessment, the first assessment.
Okay.
So I've written it out here for you. So if ever I refer to the patient rating scale, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Alright, so 0 is not at all, 1 is slightly, 2 is moderately, 3 is considerably, and 4 is extremely. And this will make sense once we start the assessment and I ask you those certain questions.
Okay.
Alright, do you have any questions before I begin?
No.
Okay. And before I forget, you have every right to refuse to answer a question if you feel I am maybe probing too much or maybe getting a little bit too personal, okay?
Okay.
Okay, but it is in your best interest to try and answer all the questions so we can pinpoint a good treatment option for you. Okay?
So, like, you're saying I have to go to treatment?
No. We're going to discuss options.
Okay.
Possible options for you. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, so.
Sounds good.
Alright, and if at any time you would like to take a break during this process, please let me know because it is going to be rather lengthy. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to begin now.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is your date of birth, Jenny?
My date of birth. Oh, sorry, I had a brief lapse.
That's alright.
Is May 23rd, 1984.
Okay. And where do you currently live?
In an apartment.
You live in an apartment, okay.
With my son. We live together.
Okay. And how long have you lived there?
I've probably been living there like 7 months now.
7 months, okay.
It was kind of a new place I got when he was born. Wanted somewhere nice.
Good. You just wanted to get rid of your past and start anew.
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
Right.
Maybe.
Because you talked about relapse in the screening process. Remember?
On drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Well, using again?
Yes. Remember the relapse that we discussed?
Yeah.
So you just wanted to start anew?
Yeah, but he kind of needed some space too.
Yeah.
Where I was before wasn't really a good place for him.
Alrighty. So you own the residence, as you said. What race would you consider yourself?
White.
Okay. It's just a typical question we have to ask. Some people who may appear to be of one ethnicity identifies as another, so it's just a requirement to ask. Okay? Okay. And what is your religious preference?
I'm just free. I don't really have one. Just do whatever.
Okay. Have you been in a controlled environment for the past 30 days? That's like have you been in jail for the past 30 days? Have you been to an outpatient, or I'm sorry, an inpatient facility?
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't been in jail. I've been doing pretty good since my son came along.
Okay. How many times have you been hospitalized for medical reasons in your life?
Like all together?
All together in your life.
All together. Maybe like, I don't know, like 10 times?
10? Okay.
And I had a baby and.
Oh, that's not considering childbirth, alcohol or drug issues, as well as psychiatric treatment. So we're talking all medical.
Oh.
So physical, medical
Maybe
issues.
once or twice.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I apologize, I did not explain that. Okay. And are you taking any prescribed medications for your physical problems?
Like that the doctor gave me?
No. Okay. Even as a result of your joint pain and everything, he hasn't prescribed you anything?
No, I'm alright.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I mean, I don't think they really give like real drugs to people that are using drugs. It's just like, I don't know, like Tylenol and stuff. That's not nothing hardcore.
No? Okay. Alright, just making sure. Do you receive a pension for any physical disabilities?
No.
Okay. How many days have you experienced medical problems in the past 30?
Like medical problems with who? Myself or with?
Yes, with yourself. Maybe we're talking like the joint pains that you have been feeling.
How many times?
How many days have you experienced
how many
medical
days?
problems in the past month?
Maybe like 4 or 5.
4 or 5, okay. And now I'm going to refer to the patient rating scale, okay?
Okay.
How troubled or bothered have you been by these medical problems in the past month?
Troubled? Yeah, I don't know about how troubled. Maybe like a 1, like slightly, not really, I don't know.
And how important is it to have treatment for those medical issues?
Have treatment. I mean, I'm alright, so I don't really care.
So are we talking not at all?
No.
Or do you think it would be slightly?
Nah, if I really wanted to, I could get help. It's not a big deal.
So that's a not at all?
I would say not at all.
Okay. The next section is employment and support. Okay. Alright, so how much education have you completed? What's the farthest you've gone in school?
Some high school.
Some high school? Okay.
In school, yeah, but then I just got my GED.
Okay.
That worked for me.
Do you have any other kind of training, like professional training, skills training, anything like that?
Nope.
None of that? Okay. Do you have a valid driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Yes. And do you have access to a car?
Yes.
Okay, because you have to.
Well, yeah,
Take care
but
of
no.
yourself.
I mean, I do, but I kind of just ride the bus. That's usually our means of transportation. The bus.
Who owns the vehicle?
The bus?
Okay. So you ride the bus instead of okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know. The city owns the bus.
No, yes, you're correct. You just said that you had availability to an automobile, so I was.
I mean,
thinking
if I
of
needed to drive one, like I could, but like,
how would you get that vehicle?
I would just ask somebody.
Okay. All right. So you do have access, but you prefer the bus.
Well, I mean, the bus is suitable and is
Okay.
reliable.
Okay. Okay. And how long was your longest full-time job? So like we said before, you were working as a waitress.
Right. So that'd probably be the longest I've been there.
Okay.
Like 8 months, maybe.
Okay. So you said it was a waitress?
Uh-huh.
Now, we're going to go into the support section, alright?
Like from my family and stuff.
Yes. Does someone contribute to your support in any way?
No, my son.
Your son. Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay. So you said no. Okay, what is your usual employment pattern in the past 3 years? You talked about working recently, but
Right.
have you worked in the past?
I mean, yeah, I've definitely worked in class here and there.
Okay.
Sometimes I was just like feeling the music, letting it take me where it wants to take me.
Mm-hmm. And how many days were you paid in the past 30 days? Because you said you're working as a waitress at the restaurant. So how often do you get paid? Because that is full time. I remember you saying that. Mm-hmm. You falling asleep on me, Jen? No? Okay.
No, I'm just kind of thinking. Not really sure.
Not really sure. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Cause I mean I work and stuff, but there's been times where,
Okay, we're talking about in the past 30 days. There's been days where you weren't sure. Maybe have you gotten to the point where you just maybe don't want to go to work?
That's all the time. Who
Okay.
wants to work? But I mean I go to work because I have my son and he needs things, so
Okay.
I go to work whenever they schedule me. Sometimes they give me a lot of hours, sometimes just a little.
Okay.
Usually how they need me.
So, how many days would you estimate
That
you've been working
and
and was paid for that work?
I'm sorry. 2. No one is paid for it?
No. How many days have you gone to work and was paid for it?
Oh, and was
in the past 30 days.
Oh,
yes.
I go to work Monday through Friday, and they pay me for it.
Okay. how much money have you received from your employment, would you say, in the past 30 days?
How much in the past 30 days?
How much money would you say you've received from your employment in the past
Well, see,
30
that's
days?
hard because, we work off our tips. So sometimes it's a lot of tips, sometimes it's very little. It's hard to really, I only make like 3 something an hour.
Okay.
So the tips are supposed to be
good.
Mm-hmm.
And how much would you say you would get in tips every day?
Like sometimes people leave like, I don't know, like $10 or $15, maybe $20. It kind of depends on who's in there and how they feel about it.
Okay. Yeah. And your shifts are usually 8 hours?
Yep.
Okay. And you said with an additional 10?
Yep.
For the tips. Okay. And how many people would you say you would have in about an hour?
Within an hour? It kind of just depends. Like, I don't know. That's not like a clear answer because like I can make $2 an hour, or you can make like $10.
Okay.
It kind of just depends.
All right. Okay. Next. Okay. Have you ever received unemployment compensation?
Nope.
Okay. And what about welfare?
Nope. Oh, well, yeah, they gave me some assistance when I first had a baby.
Okay.
I don't know if that's considered.
What about in the past 30 days?
No.
Okay.
We can definitely look up the spot for that.
Okay. What about any pension or benefits from Social Security?
No.
No? Okay. And any family or friends?
That's like helping me?
Yes. Any monetary help from family or friends?
Not really. I don't really have any like people that can give their time and like use it to help me. So I would say no.
Okay.
I love my family, and our family.
Okay. And what about illegally? So dealing drugs, stealing, forcing stolen goods.
I don't do none of that.
Illegal gambling. Okay.
I stopped doing all of that when I had my baby.
Okay.
Because I can't just have the.
He seems to be a very strong motivator for you.
Yeah.
He really does. All right. So the only person that's actually depending on you is your son.
Correct.
Okay. And how old is your son again?
My son is 4 years old.
4 years old?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And how many days have you experienced employment problems in the past 30 days?
30 days, like with my full wig and everything together.
You kind of seemed like you didn't have any issues because you said you wanted to make that money for your son.
Right. So like, that's pretty much my motivation. He needs clothes and shoes and shelter, which is all costs money.
Costs money, you're right. Okay. So you haven't experienced any problems? Okay. And again, I'm going to ask you to use this patient rating scale for the next 2 questions. How troubled or bothered have you been from these unemployment problems?
I would say not at all.
Okay.
Like put a 9%.
Okay. And how important, well, if there's no issues, then you don't need counseling, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. The next section is alcohol and drugs. Okay. Like we have talked about during the screening before. I ask you to be as honest as possible, but again, if you don't feel comfortable enough to answer these questions, that is perfectly fine. Okay? Okay. So, we're going to talk about ways of administering the drugs as well as what types, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so as you said in the screening process, there is no alcohol use, correct? No alcohol use, right?
Right.
Okay.
My eyes itching.
No, you're good. That's all right. But you did say in the screening that there is heroin use, correct? That is your current drug choice?
Yep, but that's what I've been using is heroin.
Okay, and how do you use that?
I pretty much snorted or put it through IV.
Okay.
Well, not an IV, but you know what I mean, a needle. Not an IV.
Gotcha. And that's been in the past 30 days, correct? You've used heroin through a needle, an injection.
Through an injection, yeah. That's probably like the best choice when like there's cleanings.
Okay. And then what about in the past? We talked about your use in the past. Did you use that through an injection, or did you use that through what exactly?
I would say I just snorted that. That was just like real quick.
Okay. Alright. And then remember we talked about cocaine use, but it wasn't in the past 30 days. It was, how long ago was that?
You said it wasn't in the past 30 days?
Yes, I remember we talked about that you used in the past.
Right.
And I believe you said it was about 7 or 8 years ago, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you haven't used cocaine in the past 30 days?
No.
Okay, and then what about in your lifetime? So you have used it in your lifetime.
Mm.
And did you usually snort that? Or what kind of way would you have used that?
What kind of way I would have used it?
Cocaine in the past.
I mean, you can only really snort it or put it
Okay.
in IV, so unless you got some new way that I don't know about.
Okay. And then cannabis.
Weed?
Or weed. I apologize.
Smoke a little weed.
I apologize.
No,
Weed.
you're okay.
Okay. And you've usually smoked that, correct?
That is correct.
In the past, as well as in the 30-day limits, correct? Okay.
What?
What?
Nothing.
Okay. No. Okay, and we talked about LSD in our screening, okay?
Yeah,
and you said that that was in the past.
Right.
And how would you have used that?
If we talked about it in the past, how would I use it?
How did you use LSD in the past?
I think so. It would have been orally.
Okay. Alright, so currently, what would you think would be your biggest drug issue? Do you believe it would be the heroin or the weed?
I don't feel like weed is a real drug. It's just more like comes from the ground. It gives you life. So probably more so the heroin. You can't just like be like, oh, I don't want to do heroin. Cold turkey stop.
Without the withdrawal.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, how long was your last voluntary abstinence? So we talked about your relapse.
So relapsing. So now I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
So maybe like a week.
A week ago?
No. You said how long?
How long ago? Yeah. How long was your
Oh,
relapse
like in length or
In
like
length.
when was it?
in length?
Oh, that's what I said. Like maybe I was. But are we counting weed as still being on there? Like,
Yeah.
am
Yeah.
I abstaining from everything?
Yes, this is talking about a period in your life
Okay.
where you have completely abstained from any drug use.
Well, never.
Okay.
Abstain? I don't know. That's a tricky question. Can we take a quick break? I think
Yes,
there
that's
may
perfectly
be
fine.
something in my eye.
That's perfectly fine.